Coming to paperback and Kindle this fall, E-Steam Blast from the Past. Hell's aspiring angel takes on her demonic doppelganger in this time-traveling, action-packed E-Steam series adventure. Pre-order your copy of E-Steam Blast from the Past on Kindle with a bonus E-Steam comic going for the paperback this fall. What is obsession? According to the dictionary, to be obsessed with something is to be preoccupied or to have your mind filled continually and intrusively to a troubling extent. Now, I first came into understanding about obsessions watching Batman the Animated Series, because in Batman the Animated Series, many of Batman's villains had an obsession with something, and it was that obsession that drove them to commit their crimes. Now, obsessed people, when they go out here, they are so focused on one thing, they don't really think about the boundaries that they're breaking. Because normal people, when they have an interest in something, they usually know where there's a line and they know how to stop themselves. An obsessed person does not know how to stop themselves, and they're willing to push past boundaries in order to pursue what it is they want to pursue. And that's what makes obsessed people extremely dangerous, because they don't know when they're crossing the line, and because they don't know when they're crossing the line, they don't know how much damage they're doing to themselves or how much damage they are going to do to the lives of other people. Because an obsessed person is so fixated on what they want, and they have such tunnel vision regarding what they're so focused on, they cannot think critically or objectively about things that are far more important than what they're fixated on, such as their intangibles, including their health, their safety, or even their freedom. They are willing to put these things at risk in order to get what they want. And because they're so caught up in their emotions about what they want, they are willing to just go to these extremes in order to get what they want. And what I see here in America that is very troubling to me is this obsession with Donald Trump. Now, Donald Trump became the 45th president of the United States, and many people just became, on many sides of the political aisle, obsessed with this man. And the reason why I say they have become obsessed with this man is because when I take a critical examination of this COVID-19 crisis and how it has been handled, many of these individuals are so caught up in their feelings about Donald Trump that they're not thinking critically about the state of the country or the safety and the rights of we the people. And they're willing to put the rights of we the people at risk and the safety of we the people at risk in an effort to get this Donald Trump for whatever affront he participated in. And that affront, I believe, was winning the 2016 election and beating Hillary Clinton. Many of these individuals could not accept that Donald Trump won the election fairly, and because they could not accept him winning, they are looking for reasons to get this man. And because they've got this tunnel vision regarding Donald Trump, they have become practically obsessed with trying to get this Donald Trump. And because they're so in their emotions about hurting Donald Trump, they're not thinking about the needs of we the people. We the people have been put on the back burner as related to this country and the COVID-19 pandemic. Practically, the Congress has taken a vacation instead of focusing on the needs of we the people. It's only when they felt that the voting was threatened by the post office that they decide to come back, again, showing that obsession with Donald Trump. And when a person is obsessed about something, they're not thinking critically about things and thinking objectively about things. And because they're not thinking critically and objectively, they are approaching things from an extremely warped emotional perspective. Because the reason why everything is warped is because these people don't see reality clearly. They see it through rose-colored glasses, and because they see reality through these rose-colored glasses, they are focused on the ideal and not the real. And in the case of many out here, they're so focused on the ideal of destroying this Donald Trump and getting this ideal about Donald Trump, because it's not even an individual person anymore. It is a construct of what this man represents. They want to get this ideal of Donald Trump and destroy it. And they're so caught up in that ideal and the rose-colored idea they have of Donald Trump, they can't see the real damage they're doing to the lives of real people, and they can't see the real damage they're doing to themselves, because many of these individuals are so caught up in their hatred of this man. The great irony is they can't see, in their attempts to say that Donald Trump is the racist and the bigot, they can't see how bigoted and racist they're becoming and how consumed with hatred they're becoming. But when you have an obsessed individual cannot see anything clearly. They can't see objectively. They're so caught up in their feelings about what they desire or what they desire to possess, or in the case of a Donald Trump, what they want to destroy, that they just go beyond any sort of boundaries, and they think that anything that they do is morally and ethically right, not understanding how on the side of wrong they truly are, because what they don't see is that they're becoming just as bad as what they profess to be against. Because when you have an obsessed person, oftentimes they will come to this notion that they are good and they're doing what's right, because in their minds, as warped and twisted as they have become, they believe that they are justified in participating in the actions they are participating in. They believe that they are right. They believe that they are the ones who are doing the right thing. And anybody who disagrees with anything that they present, they believe that not only is that person wrong, they believe that that person is evil. It's very similar to what many of Batman's villains, like the Scarecrow, Two-Face, the Joker, and many others, have their obsessions with doing what they believe is their fixation. They believe they're in the right doing what they're doing, but they don't see how their actions harm others or could possibly harm themselves. And that's where I see America right now. We have a big problem with obsession, and many people don't see how they cross the line. They're so caught up in political rhetoric and their feelings regarding political rhetoric, they can't see how they have broken boundaries and how them breaking these boundaries is doing harm to the state of our union. Because our union was supposed to be founded on a constitution of laws. Unfortunately, many of the people we have elected to political office and many in business are so caught up in their feelings about this idealized image of what Donald Trump represents. They can't think critically about the long-term damage that they're doing to America overall. And that's why I say that the fight against COVID-19 is turning into sort of a Pyrrhic victory, because these individuals have this obsession, and this obsession is the thing that is driving these people, and they're thinking that they're in the right, but they've actually gone beyond what right is. They've gone completely wrong. They're on this same on the same extreme as what people allege you're Donald Trump to be, and they've gone completely over the edge because they cannot present a rational argument. And whenever you present rational arguments, logical arguments, and facts to these kinds of individuals, what happens is they go into histrionics, they get personal, and they can only respond or react in many cases with personal attacks and not facts, logic, or reason. And when I look at America, I'm seeing more and more obsessed people. And obsession is a dangerous thing because, again, obsessions are troubling because it shows that this individual doesn't really understand boundaries, they don't understand limitations, and they don't understand why boundaries and limitations are important. Because a boundary is a line that's whether imaginary or real that is meant to protect us, and it's meant to protect us from things that would harm us or things that would be harmful to us. And when we cross boundaries and we start going over those boundaries, we are going to do harm not only to others in society, we're also doing harm to ourselves because when you have a person who's obsessed, they don't know where the line is, and because they step over the line, they believe that it's their right to do whatever they please to anyone at any time. And that's a very, again, dangerous position to be in when you have an individual who has an obsession. And obsession is something that most people, they think they're not out of control, but the whole thing with obsession is you don't know how out of control you are until it's too late. Usually it's when something horrific happens that an obsessed person starts to see, hey, I've gone too far. And an obsessed person, because again, they don't know where the boundary is, they'll go too far and do extreme damage to someone or something or hurt someone or something, and they'll realize how far they have gone over the edge. And an obsessed person is extremely dangerous because of this whole inability to understand boundaries. This is what makes them a danger to others and a danger to themselves. And that's one of the things I find scary about today's society is we have so many people who are so polarized and caught up in their emotions about the ideas they have about Donald Trump that they've become obsessed, and that obsession is the thing that is driving them and driving them to hate and driving them to do hateful things and hurtful things to people all around them. And they can't see how they've become transformed by that hatred, because when you're obsessed, you're so fixated on what you want or what you want to get or what you want to destroy that you can't see what you're becoming, and you can't see what type of monster you're transforming into. Because obsessed people, again, like the Joker and Batman, Two-Face, Poison Ivy, they can't see how this sickness they have is destroying them, and they can't see how it's destroying every aspect of their life because they're so fixated on what they want. They can't see how it's destroying everything else in their life. And Americans, as I see it, are so fixated and obsessed with Donald Trump, they can't see how this is affecting America's quality of life and affecting Americans' everyday, not only physical health, but their mental health, and how this is practically destroying their minds. Because when you become obsessed, like Elliot Rodger became obsessed, you just go out here looking to harm others who disagree with you, have a difference of opinion, or you're so fixated on what you want to get, you're not thinking about, you think it's okay to hurt other people, not understanding that everything you're doing is destroying everything around you. But that's what happens with obsessed people. Obsessed people, they don't understand that they've gone over the edge. They don't understand that they've crossed the line. And the thing is that with obsession, when you cross the line, you don't even know you've done it. And that's the scariest part about most Americans. They're in their efforts to go after on both sides of the aisle. They don't understand that they're not making America great by being so obsessed. They're showing how America has gone completely over the edge. If you'd like to see me make more videos like this, you can donate to my Patreon, my PayPal, or my Cash App by clicking the links in the description box. And if you want to try some of my SJS Direct publications, like the ISIS series, the E-Steam series, the John Haynes series, and Smith's Torella trilogy, you may do so by clicking the link to Amazon.com. That's all I have to say for this video. You can comment, rate, and subscribe. Now available, paperback and Kindle Unlimited, ISIS, the main event. It's carnage inside of a steel cage when the goddess next door steps in the squared circle with the beast from the boss in this action-packed, all-new ISIS series adventure. Get ISIS, the main event, paperback and Kindle Unlimited today.